Afternoon, everyone. It is 3:50 p.m. And I have a interesting device here that I got to fix. So this is the CPU board out of a Colorsource 40AV console. And basically, what it is like it's a lighting controller for like stages and stuff where you can control like multiple lights to audio to music and cue in different things, and it's a pretty it's a really nice device. And uh, well, the issue with this one is this one was brought in with a broken power connector, and as you can see right here, the connector is just gone. And here is some of the pieces to it right here. So this style of connector is, it's still a barrel connector, but it's threaded in the end. And so the power supply, when you plug it into it, you screw it on, it holds it securely so you can move the device around and it won't come unplugged. And basically it's just I think it's called a RAPC mount DC jack or DC power jack. But all I can think of what happened was maybe this unit fell or something, and the connector was still installed, and it just broke. Because, I mean, it's the threaded part is separated from the plastic part here, and it's all broken, and it sheared it off the board. So luckily, though, it didn't damage the board. It just broke the pins off. So this should be a relatively easy fix. This is just a piece of the device. The board's actually really large. The control console is pretty large. It's got, sliders and all sorts of things and a screen on it. But this is the power module that I got to work on. So we'll get right to it and get these old pins out of here because the pins are still stuck on the board. And we'll use the new one that I got. Right here I got a brand new connector, and it's actually completely intact and not torn apart. It's convenient for me having Mauser nearby because I can order just about anything. I was actually kind of surprised that I was able to find this exact connector for this device, but I have the exact one right here. And I measured some of the dimensions and like the pin size inside, because apparently I was looking on Mauser, you can get different like internal pin sizes. You can get longer threaded. The barrel can be threaded longer. You can get different dimension pins, all sorts of different things. So I had to take measurements of the old one so I could get the right one ordered. And these are, not really inexpensive connectors. This one was about $5. Just one was about $5. So, but once this is mounted in the unit, this actually screws onto the back panel. So it's actually pretty strong. So it must have taken a pretty big fall whenever it broke off. So, well, let's get to it. Go over here to the microscope, and we'll have a look at the actual pins here. Let's see, right there. So as you can tell, they are, get this focused here, they are sheared off. And the new connector here, I'll show you. See, these are the pins, the small pins. It goes down, it's a larger width trace until it gets to where it sits on the board, and then it narrows down, and you have like a little notch at the end, and that's right where they broke off. So I'll have to get that out of there. So I think, see, I have other components over here. I have a little fuse here, um, and that's really it. But that's really close to this little J6 connector, and I don't really want to put a lot of heat near this. So I'm gonna try doing it from the other side, I think, because other side I think will be easier to deal with. Let's see if I can get it over here. My microscope is up as high as it'll go, so it's barely in focus. I need to raise it up a little bit higher on the post, because this isn't laying flat on this little heat pad. So right there. You can kind of see the little notches. So there's like the little notch on the new connector, and then there's a notch here and a notch here. So what we'll do is we'll get a little bit of flux, a little bit of flux, a little bit of flux, and we'll try to pluck these out with a soldering iron. I'm not sure exactly what kind of heat they use, or rather what kind of temperature solder they put in these. There we go. Got one out. That wasn't too bad. Where'd it go? I think it went to the other side. And try to hold on to it better. There we go. Got that one. I'll have to flip the board over to get to the other one, because it decided that it wanted to pass through to the other side. But it should be easy to grab because it's sticking up. Alright, got it. Okay, and then I may put a little bit more flux here. I'm going to try to wick out the remainder of the solder. There we go. Got all the holes cleaned out. Cleaned it up some. Get the all the flux off. Alright. That turned out pretty good. We can get the new connector here. Gonna test fit him. Kind of snaps down in there. Actually fits pretty snugly. Kind of clicks in there. That's kind of neat how that fits in there. Well, I'm going to do it from the other side. The other side is going to be where I apply solder, because there's literally nothing around this part of the board that I could possibly damage. What's cool about this connector is though it kind of snaps into place. Kind of clicks in there and it holds itself. I can hold this upside down. I don't even have to support it. It holds itself in there. It's kind of a neat design. So I'm going to put a little flux. And I'm going to flood these holes with some solder. See here, you can kind of see the solder coming through on the other side. There, started running up the leg a little bit. Oh, It's getting out of focus. Sorry about that. I'm just freehanding it right now. Yeah. See, the solder's running up the leg a little bit, so it's a good connection. Okay, well, I'm gonna clean it up now. Kind of just give it the old wipe down with, get the rest of this flux off here. Alright. Well, I think that's it now. I just gotta put it back together. Just put this back together and test it, make sure everything works good. But as you can see here, connector's back on. Let's see if we can get some more light here. There we go. Connector's in place, ready to go, back in its case. Anyways, thanks for watching.